So if you guys will help us welcome Will Smith's cousin, Elijah Boyd.
A round of applause for my introducers. Give them a round of applause. Alright, so I am your Division B leader for American Heritage and Patriotism, and today I'll be giving you my tutorial about it. Okay, our objectives for American Heritage and Patriotism. Why did the colonists revolt against King George III, and also the purpose and significance of the Declaration of Independence, and how do the founding fathers' documents work within our government, and how to show patriotism within our country. King George III offenses. So King George committed a lot of heinous and unbelievable crimes. So for example, unfair laws to pay off debt. So for example, before we got into the American Revolutionary War, there was a war before that. There was a war between Spanish American War, I believe. And war isn't cheap. It's very expensive. So when wars happen, debt builds up. Destruction, trying to repay that, and basically build everything from the ground up again. Unreasonable punishment towards America's colonists. So, for example, say I was your average colonist, walking down the street, and I saw money on the ground. So I picked it up, and then the British come by and swarm me, talking about I stole the money from them, and I get beat down for it. So that would be one example. And stop trade to and from America. So to explain this more in depth, it's called mercantilism. Mercantilism is the home country, so such as Great Britain, sending individuals over to America to get our goods. So the British sent people over to America to get goods, such as cotton, wool, anything like that. And they get money for it, and so it doesn't show up in our society. Why did America colonists revolt? So one of the main sparks that happened was taxes. So one of the taxes was Stamp Act, Sugar Act, and Townsend Act. So say if I was King George, please bring me my crown. So, say if I was King George III, and y'all are colonists, everybody in here, and I'll put taxes on every single one of y'all for tea. Yes, tea. Not iced tea, tea. Regular tea, okay? So, would y'all like that? Regular tea. Look, okay, so those were some of the problems. Some of the colonists didn't even drink tea, but they had to pay taxes for it. So that was a big problem. And after, over time, there was no taxation without representation. So that ties back to mercantilism. So you can't, what the colonists were saying was, you can't send people over to our country taking our money if it's not showing up in our society. Significance about the Declaration of Independence. It helped the original 13 colonies seek their independence from Great Britain, or from King George III. It granted important rights to the colonists and helped the United States establish independence and recognition, as a new nation and capable of functioning independently from Britain. Importance of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The signers knew when it all came together. Like this room, for example. Imagine y'all trying to come in here, day to day, and it was unplanned. So there's 57 delegates, and over time they met together. Now it took a long time to get 57 delegates to meet on one day, one time to sign the Declaration of Independence. It didn't happen in one day. It happened over time. They had a plan for this. So just imagine trying to get every single one of you guys in here without staff or anything like that. It's going to be kind of hard, especially if it's unplanned. So they planned it out and they succeeded in signing the Declaration of Independence and so on. What happened to some of the signers of the Declaration of Independence? Well, 5 of the signers were captured by the British as traitors and tortured before they died. Well, and 12 had their homes ransacked and burned. 2 lost their sons serving in the Revolutionary Army, and another of their 2 sons were captured. 9 of 56 delegates fought from wounds and hardship during the Revolutionary War. So, with this, you see that when they signed that paper, they knew their lives were at stake. They knew the British were going to be after them as soon as they saw those names at the bottom. So do you guys remember signing this piece of paper over here? Okay. So imagine y'all signed that paper, and then after that, people were after you. You'll be scared, terrified, you don't know what to do. So basically, that's how it was for Founding Fathers and the other delegates within the Constitution who signed it. How the Founding Fathers documents work. It provided an avenue to enact the ideas expressed in the Declaration of Independence, such as the Constitution, the preamble, the separation of power, and checks and balances. So with this chart, you just see a chart, really. So I'm gonna dumb it down. Within our government, we have 3 branches. We have legislative, judicial, and executive. Okay? And legislative makes the laws. They make the laws, and judicial, they make sure the laws are constitutional. They make sure it's right and fair. And the executive, such as the president, makes sure the laws get enforced. So, judicial, Supreme Court, legislative, Congress, so on, and the executive, which is the president. Understanding patriotism. What is patriotism? What are some examples of patriotism? Symbols and back then and now. What is patriotism? Patriotism is devotion and nationalism for one's country. Patriotism is just more than waving around a flag. Okay? And supporting and beliefs in the ideas of what America was founded upon, such as our founding fathers' beliefs. Ways to be patriotic within America. Well, some of the ways you can be patriotic is voting in your local, state, and national elections. And display your pride with the American flag. Participating in local government, such as student government. Love your country and open eyes. Have an open mind. Don't be strictly one way. And supporting our troops. Okay? And our troops and soldiers sacrifice a lot to make sure we still have a running, functional independence and have that freedom. In other countries, they have other problems. But within our country, we have that right. People fight for our ideals and the freedom today. Symbols of patriotism, the American flag. So when y'all stood up to do the Pledge of Allegiance, you was pledging your allegiance to the United States of America, the U.S. flag. So on the flag, there's 50 stars, 5-point stars. And each star represents the state, one of the states. And the 13 stripes on the flag represent where we came from, which is the 13 original colonies. White signifies purity and innocence. Red represents hardship and doubt. And blue signifies vigilance, perseverance, and justice. What do I want you to take from this PowerPoint? Well, it all ties back in to our Wild Seed thing, America's journey forward. Remember that our past, know about your past so you won't commit future mistakes. If you read about the past, you get to know more, how they could have prevented that, and how you could change that. If you don't look at your past, you're going to be lost within the present and the future. So if you look back in your past, you'll know more and you'll be more prepared in the future. Next slide. Well, this concludes my PowerPoint, and thank you for everyone. Thank you.